we'll go ahead and start setting up for slow flight and start putting our way out this way. So what do we want to do?
We want to clear the area. Also, all lights on and fuel pumps.
ILS 3 approach, John.
We're also going to want to make a radio call, seeing how we're close to Johnston. But we're going to do our clearing turns first, so we're going to clear left.
What are we looking for when we do clearing turns?
We're looking for any traffic in the area as we clear the area.
Anything else?
Traffic, obstructions, that could be problematic, potentially.
Alright.
Alright, and clearing right.
Yeah, make sure you're checking all around you too. If you need me out of the way, I'll be down here.
Johnson, 36 Motel, 3 mile final for 3, Johnson.
Another thing you can be doing is start pulling that power back to 50%, so that way you end up at 100 knots by the time you do both your turns.
Understood. Well, clearing turns are done. However, on our moving map here, we've got a little bit of traffic a few miles out to our left.
He's going to be on the RNAV, so no problem. We're tracking away. If you want to get away from, turn to like 080 or something.
Understood.
Alright, let's go ahead and set up for slow flight.
Alright, all lights are on, fuel pumps. Pull that power back to 30%. Thank you. Below 110. Flaps takeoff, fight that balloon.
I don't think the autopilot would have appreciated that very much.
No. Below 98. Flaps landing, fight that balloon. And we are now in slow flight. Pitch for airspeed, power for altitude.
Turn to 150, we'll climb up to 3,300.
3,300, 150, 92% to climb.
Johnson County traffic, 703 Bravo Lima.
And I have standard rate
ILS 3
turn.
approach, full stop, Johnson County traffic.
Oh, time that perfectly.
Johnson Regional 248 Bravo Lima, departing runway 3 straight out, Johnson.
And we've reached our desired heading and altitude. Back at slow flight.
Cool. Alright, whenever you get back to your heading and altitude, let's go ahead and recover from slow flight.
Understood. We are on our heading and altitude. Full power to recover from slow flight.
Yeah, we want to be easy on that power, we're not trying to be rough with it.
Flaps up.
Hold that heading. And altitude.
Hold that altitude. And then through 80. We're going to do all flaps up.
Johnson County traffic, 703 Bravo Lima, 3 miles
Let's
out on the
ahead
ILS 3 approach, Johnson County traffic.
Steep turns.
Steep turns?
Yep.
Alright. Get back to our original altitude. Now there is a little bit of traffic there.
Final 2-1, low approach only, Johnson.
Alright, all lights on, pumps on, area is clear. Let's get back to 100 knots. Alright. And let's start our turn to the left. Plugged our heading. Starting our turn. Bit of power and some back trim.
A lot of back pressure to center that slip skid.
Center that slip skid.
There you go. Looking nicely.
Traffic, Diamond 43, rolling about 3
Add
miles,
a
final
little more back
2-1,
pressure.
low approach only, Johnson.
Keep that. A little bit more. Our point is coming up.
Keep that bank.
Keep that bank in.
Alright,
And we're
then
gonna level out.
Nice. And then get that right rudder in there. Hold, keep that nose down pressure. Alright, now start adding back pressure.
Yep. A little bit of a climb there. And right about here, we should start to level off and reach our original heading.
Alrighty. Let's do a power off stall.
Power off stall. All lights on, pumps on, and let's start getting into it. Low 110, flaps takeoff, maintain that heading and altitude. Low 98, flaps landing. Vertical speed, polar power, pitch to the horizon, maintain direction with rudders.
Exactly, so pull back just a touch more to hear that stall horn. Touch a left rudder.
There it is.
Power.
Flaps to the southwest, descend through 4,400.
Pitch. Pitch it on up, climb out 72.
I'm out 72.
That was flawless, except for you just gotta increase that back pressure just a little bit.
Okay.
Don't wanna let that speed get too far away from you.
Understood. Past 80, flaps up.
Alrighty. Now, let's try a power on stall. And if we get into the clouds, we're gonna go, not into the clouds, I'm just gonna push stick forward.
Okay.
So if you feel some resistance from me, that's why.
Understood. Okay, so we start this maneuver at 88.
Yeah, so just, you can pull your power back just a little bit and let that speed bleed off, and also just increase your angle of attack just a hair to let that speed bleed off and to gain that little tiny bit of
altitude.
And if you need
All
to,
lights, pumps, areas. Actually, we do have a little bit of traffic ahead of us.
Alright, so do this. Let's turn us to a, whatever heading this is, 210.
210.
And we're gonna not do a power on stall yet because it looks like we have somebody who's gonna be crossing our path, and he is descending 500 feet above us. He's in the clouds right now. We can't see him.
So regional King Air 963 Kilo Alpha, send to the southwest now, descending through 2,600, landing Johnson.
Alright, go ahead and give it a little more than 50%. We're just gonna get on the other side of him. Gonna pass behind our backside now. Oh, I see him. He's not in the clouds. No problem. You see him over there? It's kind of like off your left wing, just above the winglet.
Yeah, I see him.
A little tiny dot.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty.
Climbed a little bit.
Alright, go ahead and get back to that airspeed.
Okay. Lights, pumps, area. We should have cleared. That guy's in the clouds.
They must be high or something.
And
Yeah.
he's turning. Like around.
Alright, well then, let's do this. Give it like 50% power, we're gonna do this. We're gonna turn back the other way.
Like
King Air 963, 2 Alphas, turn about a 4 mile final for runway 3 Johnson.
There we go, we'll do it on a 030 heading. Now we can do it.
Alright, power on, stall?
Yep.
Understood. We start this maneuver at 88. Lights, pumps, area is clear.
Johnston down in 472 Bravo Lima, taxiing to runway 3 via Alpha Johnston. Delta traffic 512 Bravo Lima, taxiing runoff from Blue Line, Johnston.
88 knots, there it is. Full power.
Yep,
Pitch.
no ailerons at all. Rudder only,
220.
more rudder, more right rudder.
Yep, more right rudder. Maintain altitude. There it is.
So horn, hold that right rudder in, drop your nose, drop your nose, drop your nose, drop your nose. You climb out at 88, but if we climb out, we're gonna be in a cloud, so.
Yeah.
Now as far as getting into your power on stall, that part was fine.
Okay.
Rudder was held nicely. You just want to reduce your angle of attack a little bit more, because what can happen is, even if you have in full power, but still a semi-high angle of attack, you run the risk of a secondary stall.
Okay.
And all that really is when the stall horn comes on a second time. Let's do accelerated stall.
Understood. We start this one at maneuvering speed. Fuck our altitude. Then we're gonna turn 45 degrees, pull our power, and maintain altitude with pitch until we hear the stall warning. Recover at first indication. Lights, pumps on. We're gonna start that 45 degree.
So get into your bank first, now power idle. And then we're just pitching to maintain
Pitching.
altitude. Remember, you can add it a little faster if you need to. A little bit of left rudder, there you go. Reduce, wings level, power, climb, 88. There you go, very nicely done. Climb us up to... I don't think steep spirals are going to be possible today.
No. Looks like we're in an area where it's a little bit higher than ahead.
Yep. Right. Fuel transfer, don't need anything like that. Well, you know what we're going to do? Your engine's dead.
Well, pitch for 88. Fly the plane. We are too far from any airport to make that, so we have to pick a field. There's one right below us. We're going to start circling around this one.
Traffic, Diamond 43 Bravo Lima, 7 mile final,
So,
localized for
you can do this. You can turn it into a steep spiral around your field, so that way you know you stay over your field.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Well,
Which field are we
there's a
looking
red
at?
building, this one right here. There's a red building right there that I'm going to use.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm going to fly right over it.
Do you have time for a checklist?
Is the engine windmilling?
It is.
Alright, yes I do.
But it just died.
Ah. No longer windmilling. Alright, so pitch for 88. Always keep that. It's our best
Johnson
glide.
Regional Traffic, Cessna 4, Charlie Tango, final 3, Johnson Regional.
Alright, we got winds. We're going to want to keep this a very shallow bank. This is a headwind right now.
Off Foxtrot, passing back to Blue Line, Johnson Regional.
Keep that. Get our point.
Oh, this field right here?
Yes.
Alright.
Using that red building.
Johnson Regional Traffic, Archer 049, turn left base.
Alright, ATC notify. We're going to guard. Let them know. We're landing 10 miles west of Whiskey 40. Whiskey 03. I want to keep that turning. Not want to get too bad.
Alright, so your engine is completely dead at this point.
Okay. Engine master off. We're not going to do that actually. Fuel pumps off. Fuel valve off. Yeah, fuel pumps off. Fuel transfer pump is off. Avionic master off and safety harness tight. We're going to want to level out. We're going to want to keep this going. Well, we could arm our ELT as well.
Okay.
Keep that down. Got a little bit too slow there.
So are you putting it in this long field right here or this one?
This one. This one right below us.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Caution, terrain.
Alright, we're still plenty high. So keep in mind, if you're trying to put it in that field right there,
Yeah.
you're just now crossing pattern altitude for
So we
airborne
want to
traffic.
extend this out a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Fish radiate.
Now you're going to be landing with the tailwind, so just keep that in mind.
Understood.
But our engine's dead. We have no other option at
We
this
do
point.
have a backup plan, which is the field right next to it.
Alright,
If we end up going long,
extend it out a little farther.
yeah, because right now we're at about a
So
45.
what you can do, put in your takeoff flaps.
Take off flaps now.
Now we'll go ahead and pretend like we're turning a big swooping base. Keep your pitch.
Caution, terrain.
This is going to be set up perfectly.
Caution, terrain.
Keep your 88, landing flaps. Landing flaps.
Landing flaps.
Warning, terrain.
Now, keep your pitch. We would absolutely be making this field. Let's go around.
Terrain. Warning,
Go.
terrain.
Flaps.
Flaps. Climb out.
Warning, terrain.
72. I think the field was too short.
Warning, terrain.
It was a little short, but keep in mind that the way that I had you fly that, we were going to just barely skirt the top of the trees right there,
Okay.
which is exactly what you want to do.
Okay.
Because if you put it down in the middle of the field, keep in mind you had half the field there to use that you just couldn't use anymore.
Right. Okay.
So if you aim for like the top of the trees, that tree line, then you have over half of the field now to use.
Yes.
Cool. So did that make sense?
Yes.
Let's stop at 1200 for now,
Okay.
and we are going to do some mates on pylons now.
Understood. Like that.
And then you can pull your power out once you get your flaps out.
Flaps are out. Okay. Our altitude is 187, so let me figure this out. Our ground speed is about 110.
Johnson traffic, Diamond 43, Bravo Lima is going miss, localizer 3, Johnson.
Careful you don't climb.
Yep. Get back down. And our pivotal altitude is going to be about 170 or 1071 plus 183, which is about 1,300 feet.
Alright, so then you just bug 1,300 feet. Now, let's pick some points.
Okay. There's a pond there. There's a little pond there right ahead.
Alright.
With a tree.
Alright.
And then we're gonna break off 45 degrees, so about...
So not yet. Pick a second point first.
How's that water tower out there?
That's way too far.
Okay,
Pick one of those white houses that are like to the left of that pond.
one of those white houses to the left?
With
Okay.
like that white house with the brown roof and the white fence.
Okay, I see it.
Now, bug your 45.
500 AGL, cross
Right about there.
runway 3.
Now keep in mind, we don't want to start 100 feet low. So
Right.
get your turn in, pick one of those houses, use that white house with the black roof and the pool.
In the pool?
Yep, use that.
Okay.
So keep your climb and keep your turn going. So now here's where you're about to start turning into a headwind. So
Right.
once that point disappears up under your wing, so roll wings level. Alright, now start your roll,
Roll.
start your bank. Now that point's going to be in front of you just a little bit, so you just start nice pitch down. Just slow and nothing aggressive. Now keep in your rudder.
Pitch
'Cause
down.
if you're not coordinated, what happens is the plane will lie to you and it'll say that you're in front of it, you're behind it, when in actuality you're not.
Right.
So you're holding it very well right now.
I see my other point.
Alright.
Rio 242 Bravo, 242 Bravo Lima,
It's a little bit ahead.
Johnson radio traffic, Cessna 364 Charlie Papa, pipeline patrol, about 2 miles to the east, westbound, 500 AGL, cross deposit corridor, Runway 3.
Now make sure you keep that bank in too. Since these points are a little tighter, this is about a mile-ish, so we can hold 30 degrees of bank. Now keep in mind, now it's in front of you.
Yep.
Look for your other point. This point's going to be a little close.
Yeah.
Now roll, wings level.
final,
Point's going to be pretty much right up under us.
It's right there. Get that right rudder. Yep.
Yep. Right, nose it down just a touch.
Contact was at 3 2 miles west, maneuvering 3,500 down.
In the bank. Getting behind us a little bit. Getting ahead.
Alright, see your other point?
I do.
Alright, now pay attention to it. It's getting behind you now. So, pitch up just a little bit, and then exit out on your heading. Don't forget to pay attention to that heading.
Yes.
Alright, go up to 1500.
Traffic down at 514 Bravo.
And from there,
straight out, John.
we'll do a Chandelle.
Okay.
So we'll start on like a 150 heading.
150. Climb out at 88, right rudder, super coordinated. There's our altitude. Alright, lights, pumps, and area is clear. Alright, let's do it. Let me get back on my heading. We're going to start this 30-degree bank. As we roll into that, we're going to want to add full power, add that pitch up.
Alright, rudder, slow that pitch up just a little bit. See how we got there pretty early?
Yeah, we got there a little bit early.
Roll it super slow. This is about the rollout that you want. Keep in your right rudder.
We're going to need a lot of it.
Yep, this is looking fantastic.
Johnson down on 472, Bravo, 4.5 mile final, Aviation Yankee 3, Johnson.
We're right above stall speed, and we're going to start lowering that nose.
Slow it down just a little bit.
Region Weber 228 Mike Echo, taking runway 3 for immediate departure, the southwestbound turnout.
Do not want to descend. There we go.
About 5 degrees off your heading too.
Okay, roger.
Alright, turn me to, let's do 030, and we'll do lazy 8s again.
Okay, 030, lights, pumps. Moving map is clear.
Alrighty, whenever you are ready.
Alright, I am ready. Get back on our heading, make sure we have our airspeed correct. There's that town over there, that could be our 45-ish. When it comes to our 90, there's the landfill, and then we've got, or a big white building at least. So let's start it. 50%, and it's 15:15.
Yeah, 15 degrees of bank's about right there.
Yep. Keep that up. We want to get to our 45 at 15. There's our 45. We want to increase that pitch, and we want to cut through the horizon at our 90.
A little bit late. 300 is about your 90.
Okay, and we want to keep that there.
Keep a little bit of back pressure too. Or I'm sorry, down.
Down pressure?
Nose down pressure.
Down
So that way we
pressure.
don't wind up 100 feet high.
There we go. We're about there. Now we do it again. 15 degrees of bank, up. And we want to increase that.
Yeah, so
About
slow this
30.
down just a little bit. So that way you cross the horizon at 300.
Okay. There's that. We don't want to get too far down.
Another pretty good one.
Okay.
Climb us up to 4,000. We're gonna do a high energy emergency descent.
Okay. 4,200.
I'd probably let the fuel engine's dead.
Shoot. High energy descent. All right, we're gonna pitch for 88.
Yeah, your engine's on fire too.
High energy descent.
Yep, get it on over. 45 degrees of bank. 20 degrees nose down. Here
Until
we go.
we reach our about 120. Then we're gonna want to pitch up to about 10 degrees, correct?
Yep. So start bringing it up. There you go. Now, what can we be doing for memory?
We're gonna want to turn off all of our fuel pumps, fuel valve normal, full power, and then we're going to turn off our fuel pumps.
All right, let's recover by 1,500.
By 1,500.
And then we'll say our engine's dead again.
I'm deferring checklist because of time, too.
Right, smart. There you go, 1,500, start slowly pulling out. And then, oh no, it's dead. Again.
Alright, well, we got a gigantic field here. We're up a little bit high, so we might have to circle around it a little bit. We're going to pitch for 88. We're going to notify ATC as well. So, hold that in, guard. Tell them we're about to go down 9 miles east of Johnston. Pitch for 88.
Alright, so I see what field you're talking about.
Right now, we're on like a downwind, which we kind of are.
Okay.
We're also a little bit low, so we might want to cheat in a little bit.
To the upwind for
so let's go ahead and put in some
Johnston.
takeoff flaps.
Takeoff flaps. Pitch for 88.
Caution, terrain, terrain.
We see
Warning, terrain,
Yeah,
terrain.
I see it. And you would have made this field. Let's go around.
Warning, terrain, terrain. Warning, terrain, terrain.
Climb out at 72.
Johnston Regional 248 Bravo.
Yep,
Lima, 3
just
mile
landing
final.
flaps.
Arnaz.
And
Yeah,
then
you would have added
Go
landing
for
flaps,
Johnston.
and then you would have probably, maybe, sort of, had to put in a slip.
yeah.
Let's start heading back to
turning
the
left
airport,
crosswind,
and we can
runway
do a
3,
couple
Johnston.
landings too, since we
Okay.
have extra time.
Johnson traffic.
We might just turn this into a short field.
Johnson Regional 251 Bravo Lima. Departing runway 03. Left close traffic. Johnston.
Nope, just kidding. Power off 180.
Power off 180.
Yep.
Doable.
Actually, yeah, go ahead and call short approach.
Just traffic, Diamond 171, Bravo Lima, short approach, runway 3, just traffic. I saw that.
Yep.
88.
While you're talking, you want to make sure you pull in power idle so that way you don't give
Overshoot
yourself. Yeah.
Carolina traffic cross, please.
It's going to be blowing us out, so I'm going to start cheating in a little bit.
Caution, North Carolina.
Yep, take off flaps.
Pitch for 88.
You want to try to not do them in a bank though.
Right.
That's why I like to roll wings level flaps, then roll.
Okay. And we are a little bit high and a little bit fast, so I'm going to put them in now.
Yep. I have the option. Show me a slip real quick. Yeah, get it on in there. But slip it all the way to the ground if you're gonna slip it. Nice. Now start taking it out. Get it into ground effect. Add some back pressure. A touch. All right, let it settle right on down. Add a bed back. There you go. Well, a little three-wheeled, but and then hold that nose off the ground if it does do that.
Okay. Felt like if I added a little bit of back pressure, we would have overshot it, but
Not necessarily.
Bravo
Okay.
Lima, left crosswind 03 Johnson.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Okay.
You just needed to add a little bit more back pressure right there, because if you touch down and you three-wheel it, it'll
departing 3
Okay.
left
it'll
close,
do that
Johnson.
whole deal.
okay. Johnson traffic, Diamond 171 Bravo Lima, clear runway 3, Johnson traffic.
Let's take it on back.
Take it on back to blue line.